All right. So, well, I got nothing. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. That's what's about to happen. And happy Sunday, friends. Tis I, DM Daddy RPG, to answer Chef's question. Some of them require you to, if you count the time to cook the ground beef, and some of them require 25 minutes to simmer, so on and so forth, etc. 40 to 45 minutes right there. Boom. Swish.
Oh no. I left my water.
You fool. I am DM Daddy RPG. We are here to bring you happy, fun time tabletop shenanigans here on this, your wonderful Sunday. Update in the world and universe of DM Daddy RPG. Our campaign Excelsior Masks is no longer happening. Saturday days tend to be a bit of a hassle for some people, and so we had to push it. It'll be coming back next season, though, kind of the same way with what happened with Isle of Osmo. The time slot didn't work out for people, and this new time slot that it'll be getting will hopefully mean other people can play and sign up for it as well. But there will no longer be masks. Which takes us down to only two campaigns on this wonderful season 1 of 2024. But do not fret, friends. We have plans. Once or twice a Saturday a month coming forward, we will be having nice, fun, happy, fun time one-shots. So be prepared for that. Glenn Dizzle, thank you for 9 months of subscription. You are wonderful and awesome. Also, coming up here very soon over on our Discord channel, exclamation Discord, a new vote will be going live after this stream over on the Discord. That vote being for a weeknight campaign. People have been asking for weeknight games to come back. So there will be a vote, and then there will be signups for people that want to do the vote. And then, or play the game, and then we will be starting that game in March. So boom, another new game. We lose a game, we gain one-shots, we gain another game, because all we do over here is think about stories and tabletop games. It's great. Boom, that was Discord. YouTube! If you're not following us over on the YouTube, I highly recommend doing so, especially if you want to catch up on things that have happened in the past. If you are currently watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Click that like and subscribe. And of course, there is Patreon. Patreon is what we use to fund things. It's where people who want to give to the community in a better way than Twitch taking half can do so. You get all kinds of cool, fun stuff with that, like channel redeems, merch, slots in games, weighted voting for all things in Discord, roles, credits in the YouTube videos, and a Patreon-only channel where things get decided and your voices and opinions matter. Those whispering voices and are not a cult. And that's all the things. See, Jen, I wasn't going to make you do everything this time because I had news announcements to make. With that being said, I don't run today's game. I play in today's game. JenofThieves, take us away.
Yay! Happy Sunday, everyone. Whew. Everybody's weekend going so well so far?
I played a lot of WoW.
It has been busy.
Wow. Yep. Well, good news. You get to deal with other people's problems right now.
Yay!
Yay!
Hey!
We have RD2 as Verso. Verso, tell some stuff that happened last week.
All right, so everyone exploded. There was an explosion at the park, and there were quite a few people that got injured in said blast, including our resident security guard, bodyguard, Jason.
Hey.
And so, yeah. So Jason and little Timmy were whisked off to the hospital because little Timmy couldn't be left alone and Jason wasn't in any sort of shape to walk him home. So they had some adventures at the hospital, little Jimmy and Jason did. Meanwhile, me, Verso, and Bjorn were forced to stay back and answer questions to the police because neither of us were nearly as injured in the blast.
Perfect. Next, we have DM Daddy as Jason. Jason, what happened?
So I wake up in a hospital after having a terrible dream about Timmy out in the Middle East in the last tour I did, and woke up in the hospital and was like, well, this sucks. And the doctor was super sketchy. And so I turned my meds down, and then Naomi from episode 1 with one less hand came in and started talking to me about how there are people that can't die and stuff. So then I turned my meds all the way off because people be crazy. But then the doctor started doing weird stuff with her, and she made it clear that she wanted me to follow her, and then I did, and then I stopped the doctor from giving her an experiment because that just sounded sus as hell, and then I got us out of the hospital.
Cool. We also have Glenn Dizzle as Timothy. Timmy, what happened?
Yeah, I got sent to the security guard's office because can't leave him sitting alone there by himself.
He's just a kid. Mm-hmm.
And just a little,
Little rascal.
yeah. And then somebody started tampering with the phone plans that I pay for, and I was trying to figure out who did what.
Yankees.
Yeah, my phone plan was fine, but those under my employee had some issue, and I was just trying to find out what happened.
Wild. And finally, we have Chef, aka Korhal, as Bjorn. What happened?
Sorry, wrong language. Okay. Well, yeah, I've been practicing. Deal with it. All right. Let's see. I managed to piss off a cop by, I think the term is malicious compliance. Let's see. I managed to make a friend named Amy, who may or may not have delivered a bomb, and managed to lie to her to make her think that it's not her. And Let's see, went, got a cup of coffee, found out she's still bleeding, so trying to take her to someplace to, fix that problem. Yeah. It was fun. It was interesting. Everybody had a good time.
We
Oh.
definitely had a good time. Uh-huh.
And Verso pulled the nurse's number in the middle of a catastrophe.
Something like that. Something like that. There's a nurse that's still thinking about Verso, hoping he's doing okay right now.
I mean,
So as we fade in tonight, we have Jason and Timmy and Naomi and Verso sneaking out a side entrance to the emergency room on the ground floor. Bjorn, how do you get Amy to the hospital? Do you call a cab? Do you set off on foot?
how far is it from here to the nearest hospital?
A few miles.
Okay. Let's see. Traffic's gonna be hell. So I guess what I'm gonna try to do is we're gonna walk a little bit away from Central Park to try to find a place where the traffic's less congested, and then grab a cab to take us to the hospital. So that way we can sort of avoid most of the gridlock, if that's possible.
Okay. Evens or odds?
Oh God. Odds.
You get just far enough that the traffic starts to clear. By then, you've already walked about a mile, so it's only a mile cab ride.
Okay.
But as the cab pulls up and you both get out, your senses fire off.
Oh God.
At least one immortal is immediately around.
Hand immediately goes inside coat. I pretend like I'm scratching an itch or something, but my hand, like, it's right next to the handle of my Kopesh.
Jason, because you're already on high alert.
I did indeed say I was paying attention to my surroundings.
Yeah. You catch sight of the cab, and because you saw him at the park, you immediately ID Bjorn as being nearby.
So correct me if I'm wrong. Where we left off, it was one hand on Timmy, one hand holding Nub.
Uh-huh.
I see Bjorn.
With just a snotty, sobbing young adult right next to him.
So he's with the girl that looks like they're in duress.
Yes.
And the last time I saw Bjorn, he was excitedly clapping at somebody getting their head chopped off.
Yes. In fact, that is correct.
I need an evens or odds.
Okay. You want evens or odds, or you want me to just roll?
I'm calling evens.
Okie doke. That is an odds.
Nub, shoulder, tighten, turn away from Bjorn in any direction that I can take them that is safely away from the psychopath.
Before I get turned, do I notice Bjorn?
You sense him, so I'm guessing any immortal that senses him probably natively going to just look up and around. So you can also spot him. And as head
catch me
kind of
too, right?
what?
Artie catch me too?
Artie is behind us. Artie was trailing.
Yeah,
My mistake then.
yeah. And Bjorna's heads like pop up and swivel. You, like I said, you are able to catch sight of them as they kind of like sneak out the side door.
So that's a 20 on my end.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Do I remember Bjorn from
Yes.
long ago?
From long ago?
Yeah.
We would have, I think,
Have you guys met
he
before?
and I, the last time I was in New York, I think we had dinner or something at one point.
We were talking about the fact that when he came through Ellis Island, we'll probably run into each other at some point.
Okay. Then yeah, not just you don't just recognize him from the park. As you're kind of more focused and more on edge, you realize it's not the first time you met him either.
He looks over. Bjorn?
Absolutely fucking not. Come on.
Yeah,
I've had enough fucking crazy today. Absolutely the fuck not.
Naomi's just like
And-
kind of silent, stumbling along wherever
Timmy,
she went.
Jason usually minds his manners and it doesn't really curse around you, so you should take that into account of just the.
Like, it's not fight. I'm not fighting. It just, like I said, raises an eyebrow and immediately gets pulled away.
Oh, no, no, just no.
Okay then. Where are you heading?
Left the car somewhere by Central Park. So, hoofing it to the car.
Okay. Bjorn, what are you doing? Verso, are you following?
I go to kind of follow after Jason because I recognized him and I maybe wanted to like see how he's doing, catch up because I didn't see him at the park, so I didn't know anything about what he saw.
You were a little
But-
busy.
I was a little busy. I was a little preoccupied. And you seem to be a little preoccupied at the moment too, trying to get little Timmy home after what seemed to be a pretty stressful visit to the hospital.
Okay.
So
In that case, I'm gonna say that if you would like to catch up, that little pause at the door while they were all looking around gives you enough time to catch up.
okay. The politeness wins over and like Verso lingers, but he doesn't try to engage because again, Jason and Timmy are leaving the hospital and he doesn't want to bug them.
Doke. Bjorn?
Actually, can you roll me an evens odds, please?
Uh-huh. Do you want to call evens or odds, or you just want me to roll it?
If it's odds, I'm gonna be nice.
Odds.
Okay. In that case, I've watched Timmy go. But then I remember I've got somebody here who's not immortal and bleeding. So I sort of try to shake it off and usher Amy into the ER as quickly as I can to try to get her patched up or whatever. I'm assuming at this point, because I'm walking towards a hospital and Verso's walking out, we probably ping each other too.
Yeah, Verso and you were close enough at the beginning to also have.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You want to say anything to each other as you pass?
Yeah. I like sort of make a point of catching eyes with Verso and nod.
Nods back.
You really did have great form.
Took me years of practice.
I can tell. Refresh my memory. Do I still have Verso's number? For some reason, I think I had it.
Yeah, I gave you it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. While you're kind of
What
being weird at each other,
Oh yeah.
a police car with lights on kind of pulls in to the parking lot of the ER. There were already like 2 or 3 cars already parked toward the front of the entrance, but a new one pulls in. Bjorn, I'm going to need maybe a strength from you.
Ranks.
Yep.
While that roll is happening, we have 1 hurt and I believe 2 cares.
Okay. All randoms?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
That would be a nat 20.
Yeah. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Bjorn, you have 1 roll with advantage and half a spirit point for those cares.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you to whoever sent that.
And then a hurt.
Let's cheat.
Thank you, G.
Yeah. Yeah, that's you. I will just disadvantage. 1 roll is disadvantage for Jason. I'm not even going to bother to roll against you. All of a sudden, Amy stiffens up and starts to like try to take off, but you were holding on to her, trying to keep her on her feet. And she just finds herself yanked backwards, like dropping down onto the pavement, and all over again, she starts to weep.
I immediately kneel down next to her, trying to be comforting and everything. Hey now. What's wrong?
Do you say anything else or just that?
Okay. When I do that, I kind of try to intentionally put I'm fairly aware enough to know what's going on. I try to put my body between her and the police car so they wouldn't really be able to see her face. But yeah,
Okay.
Hey now. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna walk over and try to help this poor girl into the hospital.
Do either of you want to maybe roll medicine?
I would love to, provided I have it.
You don't have to have it. You can still roll it.
Hey,
got it. I have
Jesus
a-
Christ.
I've
Yeah,
got a
for
thing.
many talents.
You have flashback.
It's not flashback. It's actually a thing that lets me use. I can use wisdom survival instead of medicine to treat minor wounds and illnesses.
You're not treating anything, but you can roll that to assess if you want. Jason, how far have you gotten at this point?
So if I get to pick to the car.
All right. Well, then that's a shame. Where are you going from there? Because nobody's going to stop you and you're not going to be part of this. For this second.
Also back at Central Park.
Yeah, I know. It's just she's leaving it up to me. If Jason gets to get you safely somewhere, that's what he's doing. Where do we go from there? Home. Timmy's home.
Okay. No cars are allowed to leave the parking lot at this point, but you can take like an Uber or a cab or something to his home if you'd like. The whole section has been locked down.
I will go into the trunk of my car and get my gun.
Okay.
Not the rifle, just the concealed carry thing and everything. And then Timmy. So of course Mike isn't paying attention.
Sorry.
It's okay.
All right, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Bjorn, you're kind of like once over. She's bleeding. Must be bad. Verso, you have like no really emotional attachment to this rando at all. You just met her. You can tell that she is injured, but not like at risk of dying. Like maybe some stitches, maybe some like butterfly bandages. The amount of blood just kind of looks worse than it is. So if she doesn't want to go into the hospital, she probably doesn't have to.
All right. Is there a problem with the doctors? You're still bleeding.
No, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. There's police everywhere, and we left. We weren't supposed to leave, but we left. And I don't
Well,
know this guy.
I look at Bjorn.
Oh man.
if you wish me to walk away, all you have to do is say so.
I don't think he understands what's going on. And I'm not trying to like bring strangers down with me, you know? Like I just wanna go home and they're gonna find me eventually. But at least I guess maybe I'll like get to take one more bath before I go to jail.
Jail? What did you do?
Not really sure, actually. Very well. Should I call you a cab?
No. I might have. I don't know you either, man.
If we wanted something to happen to you, all we would have to do is stand up and say something to those officers behind us. Clearly, we haven't done that, so obviously we don't have
I
that.
don't even think that you understand what's happening here. Okay? What would you even tell them, huh? What would you tell them?
Does it matter?
I would encourage you to tell the truth. First and foremost.
Well,
Oh, please.
Is
Baker's
there
already
a
got my
locker?
number.
so. Who are you, dude? Who are either of you?
All right, Amy, this is Verso, and as I have said, my name is Bjorn Barrow.
Were you guys at the park?
Yes,
Like when it happened?
yes.
Did you get hurt?
No.
I got my bell rung a little bit, but it's worn off by now.
I'm sorry. And she just starts sobbing again.
Oh, God.
Jason. Timothy.
Hi.
Hi.
All right, so Jason feels a lot better now that he has his stun gun and his pistol. And he looks at Timmy and was like, cab or Uber, kid, we can't take the car.
Which is less traceable. We got any cash on us?
I don't know, do we?
I was asking.
You have like $60.
I should get us home. Call an Uber. Or no, not Uber. Cab. Excuse me. Wave them down.
Okay.
All three of us, backseat.
As you pull toward the long winding driveway up to his fancy ass house,
Yeah.
you see a bunch of flashing blue lights at the tippy top of the driveway, presumably right by the front of the house.
I hate today. I hate today so much. All right, well, fine. We don't have to have our conversation yet. We can deal with the cops first. That'll be great.
Have the driver drop us off here.
Sure.
Drop off before we get up to the house.
All right. So, well, I got nothing. I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. That's what's about to happen.
I pull out my phone, check my cameras.
What are you looking for?
Where people are, if it's a lot of cops, a few cops, where they are.
You kind of log into your phone system and you pull up the cameras in front of the garage and directly in front of the house, and there are 2 police cars, but also a county services car.
Oh, fuck.
All right, time to go.
Go where?
Not anywhere but here.
Fuck it, fine. Back in the cab.
Yeah.
I give them the address to the dive bar I frequent.
That works.
It's the only place Jason's got.
And at that point, I take my phone and yeet it out the door.
Jason, you definitely see him just
Yep.
torpedo his phone directly out the window.
That's a smart thing. Okay, so I know I asked you this last night, Timmy, but why does Maximo Trust hate you? And don't lie to me this time. Because she says that you're some kind of like hundreds-year-old immortal thing, and he's also some 100 years old immortal thing, and you guys have some kind of grudge or something.
Yep.
Can we talk after we get out of the cab?
No, because apparently everywhere we go is going to be police and stuff, and I need to know what the fuck I'm dealing with.
Naomi's just like clutching her hand, like the pain medicine is wearing off far too fast. Like, dude, I know you're not 11, and I'm not trying to tell you how you live your life, but I just, if you just, you're kind of screwing this guy over a little bit, right?
Yeah, not intentionally.
It's sorry, I didn't mean to butt in. Go ahead.
No, you're part of this. You've apparently been the only person that's been honest with me in a while. So,
I make sure the divider of the cab is shut. Okay. So long story short, she's right.
Waves are rounding up.
Mm-hmm. I was born in the year 1687.
You're okay. Not to interrupt your introductory monologue. Like, you guys do that a lot.
Yeah, it does tend to happen. I know.
Gonna have to like show them.
I know.
okay, so 1680 something.
Mm-hmm. When I turned 11, I died. And then I got better.
And then I got better.
And now I no longer age. I don't get sick. And there's others who are trying to, well, anyone like me is trying to kill the others that are like them, or that are like me.
Well, that at least explains sociopath clapping at a beheading person. Cool.
Yep. And like I said, you saw the other night after he hit my back.
I thought that was a prank and that nothing ill befell you.
No. We are supposed to try to keep this secret, but
Look at Naomi.
Maximo's kind of blown that one out of the water.
I'm gonna need to know.
Hello, Beals. Thank you for the care. There's another care random in chat.
Hi, Beals. So yeah, sit there and doing that in front of 2 mortals. And not cool.
All right, and so the
I'm
nights, the nights in the park thing, in
Yep.
the very public setting, like that's against your rules too.
Yeah, I guess they were off to the side, and I don't understand why that was going on, but that's their issue.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know anything about any rules. I just know.
There are rules.
Cool. So,
They're like vampires, but like they can go in the sun and eat food. So I guess they're not really like vampires, but that's the only thing I can think of.
That kind of fits.
are you super strong and super fast and super
No, nothing
awesome
like
like
that.
a vampire? Because I mean, I could.
Super cute. Does it count?
The fact
Yeah, I
that you
guess.
like are 11, that's like extra weird.
Trust me, I know.
Okay.
Supposedly, you're born with the potential to become an immortal if you die somewhat violently. It activates. And
Wait a minute.
you are.
That's not what he told me.
I don't know what he told you.
He said there was some kind of syrup?
I don't know what he's doing.
Oh yeah, so in the hospital, by BT Dubs, by the way, so in the hospital, the head doctor apparently is developing a way to make you.
Oh.
Allegedly. Jason's gonna pull out his phone and text Detective Baker.
What are you texting?
I think I'm having a psychotic break. I will be at blah bar.
Okay. It's going to be a few minutes. My man is busy. But eventually he will text back, are you thinking about hurting yourself or others?
Thinking about it? Yes. Others. Not going to, but very strongly considering it.
Please tell me he texts back same.
He does not. He will text back, I suggest you go to the nearest emergency room and tell them that yourself.
Can't do that. Doctor caused psychotic break. I was blown up in the park.
He does not immediately respond.
Yeah. Timothy. If that even is your name.
Probably is now.
It is now.
Yeah, what's up?
Sorry, I lost my train.
Jason will put his phone away.
All right.
He did the right
You-
thing in informing the authorities that he thinks he's going crazy. If the authorities don't do anything about that, which let's be honest, they probably won't.
There are bigger fish in media second.
Exactly.
But yeah, like I said, you saw the knife, the
sword.
hit.
The sword. Yep.
Just to show you, not a prank. Pulls out his dagger and just across his hand.
I'd like to use. Damn it. I'd like to use take a bullet.
Okay, what does that do?
Take a bullet is my ability that. Scrolling. When an ally within 5 feet of you is hit by an attack, you use your action to cause that attack to hit you instead. I'm keeping Timmy from hurting himself.
As soon as he would go to make a move, I would stop. No.
I'll count that. I'll count that as
Okay.
stopping you from hurting yourself. Perfect.
Okay.
Lawyer's like, no, don't, no.
He's gonna be fine.
No.
We'll be fine.
Nope.
Okay. At some point, listen. I don't know you. I don't know your life, and feel a little guilty. So
I was
really-
having a nice, quiet little time here. Until your boss decided to go nutso.
Okay. To be fair, he's been nuts for a while. But
Then why did you stay working for a nut bar?
I mean,
I was, I don't have to.
she was
This is
promised
not me.
immortality.
Great.
Listen, Jason, you can believe whatever you want because you're clearly gonna just like do mental gymnastics your way around it. But you're kind of in a world that is like way over your head, and you can shoot people all you want, but they're gonna keep coming back. And just let me out of the card.
Jason will knock
If
on the
you don't
glass.
believe-
Jason will knock on the glass.
If you don't believe the threat, then like you can't do anything for anyone, really.
Didn't believe the threat last night. Kept him from getting beheaded. Just saying.
And that was why I hired you, was just to keep crazies off me.
I'm really good at my job.
You are.
Whether the threat is a zombie or whatever. But
I mean, you saw him get up after a bullet in the head.
I'm trying to keep you safe, Naomi. But if you do not want my help, you don't pay me. You are not obligated to have to listen to me or stay with me. I got you out of a dangerous situation with a crazy doctor. This is where you want to part ways. I'm not going to keep you. If you want to stay with me and you want to stay safe, you're welcome to accompany us.
Well, I guess I could at least use a drink.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna let you know, I could be cynical, but I will also keep you safe.
You've been lying to a guy you expect. You know what? I appreciate it.
Perfect.
And toward the bar you guys go.
To the bar.
ER parking lot. Shopping girl. Any questions?
I'm gonna
Okay.
put my hand on her back.
Okay. Man, what am I? I'm gonna make you roll something, but what is it?
Seduction.
Well, that doesn't exist. It's persuasion or insight, I guess. Neither is exactly right, but
What are you trying to assess?
kind of like convince her that she's safe.
Persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah,
That or deception.
I mean,
If
Verso doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Verso doesn't know. Verso's probably lying. Okay. The hand on her back it kind of muffles the sobs a little bit, and she gathers herself back together for just a moment. You can tell it's kind of still there, right there on the brink of another breakdown. She just kind of silently reaches out to hold the insulated Moo food bag out at Verso, like Verso is supposed to know what this means.
Oh, okay. What is this?
I think it had the bomb in it.
I'm just gonna take that. Away
There's
from
nothing in there. There's nothing in there now. There's nothing in there now, but there was, and I think
Okay. Okay. Why did you have it, if I may ask?
It's because I deliver food. I had a delivery, and I went to pick it up, and like it was in a bag. It was kind of heavy, but it was Italian food, so like it's like super heavy. I didn't really think anything of it, and then I went to the park, and then I dropped it off, and I walked away, and then like.
Okay.
Picked it up from where?
No, she kind of like pulls her phone out to like check the app again because she's still clearly freaking out in some kind of level of emotional and or possibly slightly physical shock. She flips around on the app for a moment, just pulling up the order she literally just delivered. Mama Vincent's Italian restaurant.
Okay.
They could. She's crying again.
Oh my god. All right, let's take a breath.
Both of your passive perception.
12.
Perception. I have a +2 on my perception.
It's under your death saves already.
Oh, yeah, it's 12.
Oh, okay. Would either of you be looking at her phone? We'll just start there.
Yes.
Yeah, because
I would be trying to read off like not just the who, where she picked it up, but ideally the name, the everything else of where she was supposed to deliver it to whom, etc.
It's a fairly simple app. Like the information on it is pretty easy to read. There's, the name, there's an address, there's like a little map of where to drop it off, and then like a note section. And there's actually kind of a little chunk of text under the note section. From like the distance you're exactly at, you can't read it, but you definitely have the opportunity to notice it's there. And maybe, the delivery notes on a bomb might be important.
I pull out my phone and take a quick picture of the screen. I may not be able to read it right now, but yeah.
I'm not trying to tell you how to live your life, but you could also just ask to see it.
Right now, she's already told me she doesn't trust me very much, and this seems the least invasive way to get the information that didn't involve trying to convince her to do something else.
Okay. Give me then the computer's roll to see how good you can even get a picture of a picture.
13.
Judging from the distance you had to take it from, it's going to be pretty pixelated once you zoom in enough. You get a picture of the screen. It may not ultimately be very helpful. So if you intend to use that for information, you might want to double check it real quick.
Yeah.
Verso, what are you doing?
Sorry.
I'm going to gently and slowly put my hand out so I can tilt the screen a little more so that I could see it a little better.
Okay.
Like I'm not trying to grab it or anything.
She doesn't stop you. She doesn't really seem to understand what you're trying to do, but you can easily like swivel her hand like a microphone holder to just like sort of angle it more toward yourself.
Yeah, I'm getting down. I'm looking at the information for the order.
I have look at my desk. There is a single delivery note. There's not really a lot of information on like the name. It just says the king. That is the delivery name. But the delivery note says, to my friends, old and new, wherever you ... land. See you soon. Bjorn, Cecily, Hussam, Oren, Roland, Timothy, and Verso. Smiley face.
Okay, well, I'm gonna note that. I'm trying not to freak her out anymore, but like I'm slightly on edge now. Well, okay, no, I'm very on edge. I'm just trying to hide that I'm on edge. Okay,
Deception.
that is helpful information. Okay, but hey, can you look at me for a second? It's not your fault. Okay? This is something the police need to know about, but look at me, it is not your fault.
It seems like it was, though.
Nope, it is not your fault. You were not aware of what was inside the bag. You were doing your job. For all you knew, it was a sandwich or something. That is what happened. And you should not feel guilty. You had no ill intentions. Persuasion, all right, let's do it.
Persuasion. Oh no!
That is. Oh no.
This may be important information to know that random care was an advantage that went to you. Would you like
Yeah, okay, cool. Yes,
to
please.
use that real quick?
Yeah, I would love to.
Also, we have a care from Beal. Wow, a care from Beals and 4 cares from Pierce.
Holy crap.
The 4
Alright,
cares
the 4
from Pierce
cares.
is one for each of us.
Yeah, everyone's gonna have a spirit point. So
How many times can you reroll?
if you want to use a spirit point to reroll one more time, I will allow it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, can you tag my 2 remaining redeems in for cares as well, please?
Oh,
Random.
Oh, those are such low rolls. You know what? I'm gonna take that over the nat 1 though.
that's fair.
That's a 1, a 3, and a 5.
You're a very honest person. You're not good at lying.
It's fine. She doesn't seem to believe you, but she doesn't start crying again. So at least you haven't completely triggered a breakdown again. Yeah, that checks out.
Jen, did you hear Chef say that he's using his last 2 for random cares?
I did. It didn't register. So hold on to 1 second. Random cares.
Please.
Okay. Oh no, I can't do that. You're in this game. Hold, please. Artie and Timmy, you both have another advantage to use.
Thanks, Chef.
Oh,
Verso, what are you doing?
um,
Or Bjorn, sorry. Bjorn's been quiet for a minute.
When she moves the...
You definitely see Verso kind of swivel the phone to actually take a look at it.
I lean my head over to try to read it.
Okay. You crane your head. You
Yep.
read the same thing. Little tongue-in-cheek message and a whole list of names.
oh, can I do a quick thing to see if I can remember if I recalled Jason's name, or was it just his face that I recognized?
It was his face that you recognize, but if you want to roll me intelligence after having, a few minutes to think about it, you can.
And can I roll to see if I recognize any of the names besides me and Verso?
Sure.
Is that intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence. Verso, you actually don't remember his first name, but you remember his last name is Wild.
Okay.
With an E.
With an A.
That's why I remember it, because it had an E on the end.
Jordan, you have met so many people that maybe you've met some Cecily, some Orans, some Rolands. You know Hussam.
Mm-hmm.
You know that as the real name of Father Dominic,
Yep.
who is at the church right now. But considering your name is on there, Verso's name is on there, Hussam's name is on there, and
Yeah, I'm
Timothy's name is on there,
context.
there's probably a list of immortals.
And it's probably a list of immortals that are coming here.
Maybe. Or we're already here or are expected here. People who were expected in some way to potentially see the note.
I glance over at Verso. Do you know who this is?
Which name is he asking about?
The king.
Yes.
When time serves, I would like to pick your brain about that.
Okay.
So, Amy,
Mm-hmm.
what would you like us to do? If you'd like, I can walk you to the front door of the ER and you will never see or hear from me again. Or we can call you a cab and send you on your way home, or try to take you to an urgent care, or
I just want to go home.
I'll call you a cab. Okay? All right. I'll be right back. I stand up, walk up to the street, and, do the New York cabby whistle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to be okay to travel home alone?
Yeah, I have my cat's there. I'm like an hour late feeding him, and he's gonna be so mad.
He will forgive you, I assure.
Thanks.
I'm going to... Sorry, what?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna pull out... Do I have, like, a piece of paper or anything on me?
Sure,
Maybe
you probably have like pieces of parchment and like charcoal pencil.
Hear ye. I'm going to take out a piece of paper, rip off a small little piece, put my name and my number on it. I'm going to hand it to her and be like, if you run into any trouble, just let me know if you have no one else to turn to.
Like lip kind of trembling a little, she reaches out, takes the little piece of paper and just like holds it in her hand.
Gives a nod of reassurance.
That eventually a cab will make it through traffic to stop in front of the hospital. Yeah.
Okay. I wave them over and pay the cabbie to take her where she wants to go. I think she said 73rd Street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where that is. I don't know where that is from here, but yeah.
The cab driver most assuredly does.
Fortunately for everyone involved, I sort of wave her over and try to do it like sort of subtly so the cops don't notice. Great big winding gestures.
That's fine. I'll say she is able to sneak into the cab and take off very slowly through traffic home. I guess we will fade back in over at the bar as the cab drops the trio off in front of the Old Town Bar and Grill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna go in, find a nice corner table. And while Jason's normally not the type to be like, I have to have my back to the wall so I can see all entrances. Right now, with all the crazy going on in his life, he's pulling that card. He's doing that.
What was the... 1 second. Timmy, do you go in too? Everybody goes in with Jason.
Uh-huh.
Is he allowed in?
Well, I mean, she just said it's a bar and grill.
And grill.
Okay, and a girl. Okay.
They serve some
hear that
food.
part,
It's
I'm
not a lot of food, but there is not like a bouncer at the front door keeping
Nope.
kids up. Do you remember off the top of your head what your Giselle? There we go.
Okay, cool.
She looks over as you enter, like hair up in a messy ponytail. She's clearly been there for quite some time already. But she sees your face, she sees your friends, and sort of squints, tossing the towel onto the bar and wandering over. What's up, chef?
Is he still in a hospital gown?
No, I raided an employee locker room.
Yeah.
Didn't hear that part. That's why I asked. Thank
That
you.
was last game.
Part of why I asked.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. Yep.
Those two?
Coke and hot dog for kid. Whatever she wants. Glass of water for me. Working.
Well, awesome.
I'm working.
That kind of day.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Okay.
I can at least smell it.
The Naomi just kind of like grabs a bar menu, but shakes her head as she's clearly got to read over what she wants. And Giselle wanders over back to the bar to put in the orders.
Okay, so hundreds of
How
years.
busy is the bar?
What?
How busy is the bar?
It's definitely picking up, like for dinner crowd. The sun's gone down. People are rolling in for post work drinkies. It is a Friday, if I recall.
So, hundreds of years old.
Yep.
How are all of you not crazy?
That is a difficult question.
Or are all of
A lot of
you a
people
bit
are-
crazy?
I mean, you kind of have to be a little bit off at the center.
Can't live a couple hundred years without going a little crazy.
We ground ourselves with different things. Some people ground themselves apparently in mad research.
So your mom and dad,
Not my mom and dad.
okay, and crazy trench coat guy? You two would always look at each other anytime we're in proximity, was clapping at somebody getting their head chopped off? Is that a threat?
No. Bjorn's just enthusiastic over a good fight.
Crazy. Got it.
Appreciates swordsmanship, I guess that'd be the way to put it. Not my cup of tea, but
Do I need him to appreciate a bullet, is what I'm asking you.
I mean, he could. He'd get back up.
So what you're saying is next time, let you get the sword.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's roughly the gist of it. You saw what happens after a head comes off shoulders.
An explosion in Central Park.
Oh, mainly the lightning. I don't know where the explosion came from.
What lightning?
Didn't we have a bunch of lightning out there?
I don't...
Right before the bloom? So yeah, that's basically the gist of it.
And you all are chopping off each other's heads. Why?
Because that's the only way they can die. Like, for real.
And in the end, there can be only one.
Where did you guys learn that catchphrase?
It's been told to me through my mentor, and it just gets passed down through the ages.
So, there can be only one, right? But if more can keep resurfacing through the flow of time, how do you know when you're the one? How do you know when it's over?
When there's only a few left, there is a gathering.
Okay, so we've seen how many immortal people in the past 48 hours?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Is this a gathering?
I don't know. I'm hoping it's stupid coincidence.
What happens if somebody does find a way to just make immortals? How does that change your game?
I have no idea. It's just gonna blow everything up, and I don't know what's up.
Are there anarchist immortals that don't want the game? By making a whole bunch of more immortals, the game can never end, and therefore they get to live forever.
I could see it happening.
So nothing's off the table. Everything fantastical and magical that could happen, could happen.
I mean, we're not riding around on dragons.
Because they died? They're not immortal?
Yeah. I don't think they existed.
Okay. So where are you from?
England.
Okay.
Came over during the American Revolution.
With your parents?
No. With a good friend, my mentor.
Okay.
Yeah, he was killed shortly after we got here.
I'm sorry.
Did you kill him?
No.
Cool.
Cool.
She did. Naomi, as time has passed, has gotten more and more unwell. Just a little sweaty, just not moving.
Honestly, he died in a freak accident that removed his head by accident.
That's what they all say. Yeah.
Oh, a ship mast fell on him.
Tries to give Naomi a once-over to make sure she's okay. We did leave a hospital. We did leave a hospital.
Get her a drink going in her. She'll be fine.
We did.
Maybe need a second one.
Okay. So, from all the information that we have right now, Maximo Trust is the problem.
That's what it's looking like.
Okay.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Naomi, how do I find Maximo?
Find him?
Yep.
I mean, probably not at the office. It's a lot of security.
You have been his PA, his scheduler, his personal servant to crazy immortal guy. How do I find Maximo?
I don't know where he lives. And I would say we could just. Okay.
What's wrong?
I'm good.
You're
I
not
would
good.
say-
What's wrong?
I would say we could just, go to the office, but I'm sure my pass doesn't work, and I'm sure they're looking for me now.
I mean, he was ready to let you just die.
Yep. So I kind of don't think I have a job anymore.
Probably not.
Well, good news. He's always going to need some kind of legal guardian. And I imagine, given all the police and everything, it's probably going to be time to burn this identity or something.
Yeah.
So there we go. We got your next job lined up for you, Naomi.
You already know what's up, so.
I mean, if it helps, he is also rich.
How much does he pay you?
Not enough, apparently.
Probably not. And then back to the ER parking lot. What are you fellas gonna do?
Once I see her into the cab and they're going away, who is this king that's threatening what I'm assuming to be a list of about 10 of us?
Well, a persistent immortal who challenged me to a duel more than 3 times. Role-played as the king in the LARP session at the park. It's the only king that comes to mind for me. Of course, it doesn't mean it's him. And if it is, he's, well, dead.
You would have noticed that although it's addressed to the king, Roland's name was on the list.
Mm-hmm. And that's what's eating at me, too. There's more than one king at play here.
I have an idea.
Share?
I have a friend. I'm assuming, Jen, that he's within reachable distance, Father Dominic.
What do you mean reachable distance? He did give you like the card
Like,
with the
we-
number to the office.
Oh, I meant like in terms of address, like walkable or.
Oh. Yeah, it's probably 3 or 4 blocks away. So
Oh,
you could
that's
walk
easy.
there maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30 minutes, because New York blocks take forever to walk.
Never been there. I think we need to do 2 things in very quick order. 3. Number 1, get to holy ground. Number 2, pool our information. Number 3, get at least 1 stiff drink.
The other names on this list, though.
My friend's on it too. He needs to know one way or the other. But fortunately, Father Dominic is a man of the cloth now. Would you care to join me? Apparently dinner's at 7. And it is nearly that.
At a time like this, it doesn't appear to be safe to travel alone, so... Looks like you leave me no choice. He says that kind of playfully.
What can I say? I'm a convincing sort of guy. All right,
Well, that was also pretty convincing.
death threat. That wasn't me, in my defense. Mine would have been less messy, less vulgar.
After seeing the way you talked to that cop, I guess we'll have to see.
I don't believe this is one of those issues where collateral damage doesn't appeal to me on things like this. So, anyway, I'm assuming that we can be talking and walking at the same time.
Sure. Are you asking me?
I'm asking Artie, actually.
Okay.
Of course.
Shall we? All right. I pull up GPS to get a rough idea of how to get there, and then start walking.
I'm going to take one last look around. Sorry, I didn't know you weren't finished.
One last look around.
Yep.
Okay. Anything in particular you're looking for?
Any eyes that could have been on us?
Okay. Give me investigation.
All right.
As you are casting your gaze around, you notice the pair of police officers who are in the newest car are just kind of like standing outside of their vehicle, looking kind of off in your direction, like hand at the radio like they're talking. But that's the only people currently paying you mind.
I'll give a quick smile, just like, eh, and then continue walking, but try and remember their faces in case they show up again later.
They for sure do not smile back whatsoever.
How rude.
How very rude.
Do you mention this to me or not? I don't care. I just want to know.
I don't mention it because I know I'm being a little paranoid right now, so I don't want to make you paranoid over something that could just be cops being, there's just a bomb that went off in the park, so they're not suspicious beyond you know what I mean.
I mean, you're side by side pretty much, so you probably would have noticed Verso like looking off to the side and smiling.
I glance back. Do I need to roll for that?
No, the only thing really in that line of sight are the officers by the car.
Oh, joy. Well, if they had something on us, they'd try to stop us. Shall we?
Yeah.
My head is pretty much on a constant swivel as we're making the walk for any and everything that might potentially be a threat.
Okay. Back to the bar.
All right, so rules. You don't tell people. You're not supposed to tell people.
Right.
Freaking, there can be only one.
Those are one-on-one.
Duels are one-on-one. Okay, that's important. Good to know. I'm sorry for breaking your rules with Maximo last night.
No, you're fine.
And then...
That was an official duel. That was an ambush.
Okay. So there are differences. Are there any off-limit zones? Any places I can stash you to keep you safe, etc., etc.? Holy ground. So like a church. Jen, Google Maps. Is there a church nearby?
Yeah, it's wild. It's
No, I'm
very
wild.
close.
I'm wild.
Wild.
With an E.
The Church of the Blessed Sacrament.
Oh shit! No way!
It's just a few blocks over.
Hey.
Hell yeah!
It's actually kind of cool.
Would I know the good father there?
You probably would have met him now and then.
Yeah.
I don't imagine you're a very religious person.
No.
But he probably would have let you stay there while you were, say, I don't know, in between parents.
I'm gonna look at Giselle. It's like, can I get that hot dog to go?
Sure thing, boss.
Boss.
I'm just trying it out. You don't like it?
I'm not a boss.
Boss me right now.
I'm asking a request of you.
Oh. Request granted. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Timmy just gives a side eye over. Okay.
Giselle returns.
Did you?
Not just... Sorry. I
No,
don't mean to interrupt.
when Giselle comes back and Jason shuts up again.
So comes back, not just like the hot dog in a container, but there's like a whole second set with like some fries and like some chicken fingers and fries. And like tucked away at the very bottom of the bag, she passes over a couple of beers.
You continue to be the best.
I try, boss.
I will try. I will try to get up with you, but until I know what's going on and I'm off the clock.
Listen, when you are finally off the clock again, we will make sure you are off that clock.
That sounds fantastic. All right. Take care.
Yeah,
You didn't
no,
see me.
you.
You didn't see me.
See who?
Exactly. Church of the Blessed Sacrament with hot dogs and beers.
As we're walking,
And Naomi and Timmy.
I'm going to try to do the bump and grab, get a little extra walking change.
Okay, well, give me a sleight of hand. Who are you bumping into? Just any rando?
More or less, anybody who might be on their phone, very distracted people.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Okay, you after wallets or phones or what are you looking for?
I'm after wallets. I'm looking for spending cash.
Okay.
And I'm only taking cash and dropping the wallet.
Okay. You definitely get a wallet. Evens or odds, though?
Odds.
And this day and age, cash is rare.
Yeah, $40 in cash. $42. The ones are a little crinkled.
More than what I had. After the cab fare and feeding ourselves and...
We didn't pay at that bar.
You're not paying.
Cab fare is still not cheap.
Not in cash.
Especially if I need to go get a burner phone.
Hey, perception, Jason.
Can we not?
You do not catch him picking pockets on the way.
Cool.
Neither does Naomi. She is not okay.
Obviously not. She won't tell. And she won't tell us what's wrong. All right, we're going. If nothing gets in our way or anything, we're just beelining for the church.
Nothing's gonna stop you. Verso and Bjorn, are you stopping for anything or going straight to the church?
Right there. I don't have anything to stop for.
Cool. Just wanted to check. Didn't know if you had any thoughts while we were on a different scene. Well, in that case, as you approach the church, you expect it. All of you immortals. Well, some of you immortals expect it. You sense another immortal nearby. The church, for those of you who are familiar, mostly just Timmy. Maybe Jason, if he's passed by a time or two, just incidentally, not into the church, but by the church. It is way busier than you would expect. There are a couple of officers at the door. They don't really seem to be like on the lookout or anything, but there are tables and chairs laid out in the very front of the building, even before you get inside the building. There are a couple of nuns like approaching people as they approach the church. There seemed to be some kind of event, maybe some kind of shelter set up here as people kind of trickle in and out.
Before we get up to it, I'm going to stand off to the side for a second and do a quick trim of my hair.
A what of your hair?
A little quick trim of my hair.
What?
Whatever's in my bag.
With his machete.
You're just gonna.
Pocket knife or
Okay.
You
not gonna
multi-tool.
be
At it with
pretty.
the dull plastic teeth of a toy.
The tiny multi-tool scissors, just two
Just
strands at a
something.
time.
Just something to, to take a blade.
Okay.
It's not going to be pretty. Make sure, scuff up my.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing?
There's police. I don't.
And who doesn't love a good ragging looking?
for?
Do you want to stop and kind of assess the situation before you go further?
Yes.
You can maybe some investigation.
Not I don't.
Anyone who kind of comes across and wants to stop and look before proceeding into the church is welcome to do investigation real quick.
Okay.
Because I'm just gonna say all of you,
That 20 and a 22.
all of you are kind of like converging at the same time. Sweet.
Can't see. Okay, cool.
Cool. Awesome. So as you stand there and kind of watch the dynamics of the situation for a few minutes, people kind of trickle out of the church, some of them holding like little styrofoam to-go containers, some of them not, some of them on the phone, some of them talking to other people, and people are also kind of trickling inside. The officers are not checking anything. Some people kind of occasionally wander up to them to ask them a question or to get some directions, or there's some brief exchange, but the exchanges seem to be entirely voluntary on the citizens' parts. These officers are not going individually to ask any questions. They just seem to be there sort of as a resource, if you had to guess. And while there are definitely maybe some potentially unhoused people coming for the meal that is served at 7 p.m. every night, there are also some people who look like perhaps they've been injured, some people who are perhaps distressed or concerned. So perhaps because you all rolled like super stupid well, perhaps this church has also kind of been set up as like an emergency shelter / meeting point for people who are kind of sorting through the trauma of the Central Park incident.
Okay, I guess we could just kind of filter in.
Walk up.
Okay.
Weird. It's almost like Jason's been around an environment where a bomb's gone off before, and churches are usually refuge points. Weird.
Do all of you go inside, or does anyone want to not? I don't want to assume.
on in.
Jason's gonna keep Timmy in line of sight, but he's gonna hang back with Naomi. But it's like, what's going on with you? Are you all right? Do we need to get you back to the hospital or a different hospital?
No, it just really, really hurts.
Your what really hurts?
Nub.
Let's see if we can find you something.
She's like kind of sweating and shaking a little. She is clearly not like the physically active
Right.
and in a fight before sort. Maybe she broke a heel on the subway and that was the extent of her athletics career.
Okay.
Get in and start looking for our good father.
The inside of the church, as much as it can, the pews and the benches and stuff are basically bolted to the floor, but there are cots all along the aisles around the perimeter of the church. There are tables, there are chairs, there's like stacks of blankets, stacks of pillows. Someone at the front, a sister of some kind, you vaguely recognize her, but not really. They all kind of look alike. They wear the same thing. Is at front, like taking down names and kind of guiding people to areas of the church. Father Dominic is also up at the front. He is currently sorting through some kind of paperwork, just putting the phone down after some kind of phone call. But he definitely like looks up as you kind of cross that invisible barrier that you all know and feel. Well, except Jason. You have no idea.
Just kind of wave casually. Go up to the donation plate, drop a 20 in it.
He kind of like gives a small smile and a nod when he sees you do that.
Wander over. Go ahead.
Yeah. What do you, Verso, Bjorn?
I cross myself before I go in and basically I start like not walking towards Dominic and then feeling my radar go off again and again and again. I'm just sort of like, who is it?
The priest up at the front, Father Dominic, catches sight of you as well, Bjorn, and nods his head in kind of a silent greeting as he gathers up some papers, passes them over to a nun, and then starts to kind of just head toward the entrance where everyone is semi-stopped.
I try to make a point of like standing out of the way of people going in and out, and ideally out of earshot of the cops.
Yeah. There's no cops inside. Once you're inside, there are really just the two acting as a resource at the front of the building.
And there's still an open door, and there's still sworn police officers.
Mm-hmm. Verso, what are you doing?
Just getting a look around at all the faces inside, seeing if there's anyone giving us dirty eyes or anyone who might look a little fearful even. Just people who stand out.
Okay. As you look around, you also notice there is like a nurse possibly off like in the corner, kind of toward where the offices are, who seems to be like checking people out if they need that. There's just all sorts of men, women, children hanging out. There is off to one side a full like food station with like soup and bread and sodas and waters. And that's about it. Unless you're looking for something specific.
Is that nurse working alone?
Yes, she's working alone. She's got her like hospital lanyard on, but she's just got like street clothes.
How many people are needing assistance over there?
There's on the bank of chairs against the wall outside of the office area, there's 3 or 4. And as you're watching, like a fifth one comes to sit down.
All right. I'm going to head over to the food table, grab some soup and bread.
Okay.
And I'm gonna head over to where this poor woman is working very hard at taking care of people, and I'm gonna hand her some food and I'm gonna offer my assistance.
She kind of like sets aside some paperwork and turns like not really expecting you to be there. She's like, "Oh, sorry, it's been crazy. If you need assistance, I've got some paperwork. Do you want to fill that out? I can get to you. It's probably going to be maybe 20-25 minutes.
No, of
Unless
course.
it's an
Anything I can
emergency?
do to help.
Oh,
No, I'm not hurt. I just want to help you out. You're working very hard over here.
well, that's so sweet of you. What's your name?
God damn it. I am Verso.
Verso. Nice to
And
meet
this is for you.
Oh, wow. Oh, gosh. I wish I will eat this as soon as I possibly can. That is so sweet of you, dude. Are you a nurse, a doctor? Do you have any training?
I work at a school for a living, so I have my fair share of bumps and bruises, scrapes and bleeding.
first aid certified at all?
Out of character, I'm gonna say no.
If you work at a school, you will probably have to be like basic first aid certified. At
Okay,
least,
that's good.
just as a term to work at a school.
Yeah,
Maybe CPR.
I have
Mhm.
I have basic training.
Okay. Do you know, the triage questions? Like, are you having trouble breathing? Did you suffer loss of consciousness? No. Okay. Okay, hold on one second. And she kind of like scampers over to like this big like bag, pops it open, starts digging around in some papers, and then hands you a worksheet. It basically has like a list of several questions that you are supposed to ask someone right off. Like, those 911 questions. Did you suffer a loss of consciousness? Are you breathing okay? Do you feel faint? What's your pain on a scale of 1 to 10? Like, just basic like triage questions. And then she starts like starring and circling answers. Like, if they answer yes to any of these, come and get me right away. If they answer 7 or a bump on the pain scale, come and get me right away.
Okay. Will
You're an
do.
angel. Thank you so
Your
much. I'm Angela.
Pleasure to meet you, Angela.
Thanks. Where are you from? Italy? Like, actually,
I am.
Italy?
Yes.
Oh, that's wild. I've never been. Well, I've been to like Caesar's Palace, and like Vegas. I've never left the country. That's crazy. Were you in the park?
I was, yes. So many people were hurt.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Are you okay? Were you okay? Are you missing anyone? There's a list if you're missing someone.
Oh, no, I went alone. How about you?
Not that I know of. It was my day off, but I heard, and I go to church here. So I thought I would just come and help out. You just
Well, then,
you just came to help out?
of course.
Well, make sure you eat too.
I had a sandwich on my way in. I will be fine. You enjoy your food.
Okay, thank you. If anyone new comes in, here's a packet of papers, and I'll be 10 minutes. I can eat really fast.
Okay, yep.
And she kind of like ducks off into like a side to just shovel food into her face. What is everybody else doing?
I would.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I would walk up to the father, sort of like whisper in his ear, "Things have developed. We're gonna need to talk later." And then sort of hold like back up where everybody came. Like, where can I help?
Are the rest of them your friends? Kind of like vaguely gesturing out to the direction everyone entered in.
They are souls like mine. Yes. Friends.
Doesn't mean you're friends.
I didn't say they were friends. I said they were like us. But to be fair, the Italian over there has been very kind and very helpful for others. So, I cannot speak to their motivations, but I can speak to the fact that in a crisis they help, which is more than most people I know.
Is this thing
Where do you need me?
to a crisis?
While we are in this building, it's not as urgent as the need of these others, but remember how I told you that somebody had made a pointed threat on people I love?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just me. Your name's been added to the list as well as about 8 or 9 others. Somebody knows about all of us. Somebody who calls himself the king.
He kind of tilts his head back and like smiles before sobering up. Someone contacted you with threats about me.
Well, you were involved on your name was on a list. Verso over there saw it as well, but I can show you what I have.
Do I overhear any of this?
Evens or odds?
Odds.
Yeah, you do.
Hey. Just kind of quietly walks up behind.
Are you all looking for a safe place for the night?
It seemed wisest. Ah!
Lauren.
So you know each other?
Oh, we met a while back.
We do seem to get around.
It happens.
If you need a place to stay for the night, gather your friends. We can go downstairs. Somewhere more private.
Excellent.
It seems to me that we could be of more use here.
Have many volunteers? This seems important to you, Bjorn.
It seems important to you too.
You are a good judge of character, so let's go.
As you wish. Verso's being helpful, so that may be a minute before he's willing to walk away.
That's the one we saw in the park, right?
I sort of Verso, just like calling his name to get him to look up.
Like a meerkat head just up above the crowd.
That's Verso. He was the victor. He was the victor this afternoon.
And what?
There was a duel in Central Park. In public.
Was it the explosion?
I don't know if the two are related or not. They were pretty close together, though.
Big day in Central Park.
I think when we get in private, we need to all compare notes.
Very much so.
Have you
Timmy,
eaten?
I had pierogies a few hours ago, but I'm fine for the moment.
Gather your friends, get some food if you want it. Meet me back here, and I will show you to a room.
See if
I
I
go find Jason and Naomi.
Jason, where are you now?
I took Naomi to a cot, and I at least made her sit down, and I'm making her eat food because he said we had extra food from Giselle, and I am trying to help her get her strength back since you made it plainly obvious she's not used to this much physicality.
She is not. She is easy to steer. Whatever sassy lady attitude she might have had left over is gone.
You almost like sit here.
Sits.
Eat food.
Eats. She
Drink
takes,
water,
like-
drink water, you dehydrated bitch.
She takes like the smallest bites and the smallest sips, like she's probably not feeling super great.
Yep.
But she follows along as to the best of her abilities.
Perfect.
Which you find Jason and Naomi by a sidecar little cot.
He gets up. Hey, we got a place for that's a little quieter than out here. Father Dominic's got a spot. It's still here, but a quieter room.
You know the priest here?
Yes.
Of course you do. Real quick, is one like you?
Yes.
Two, is this an ambush?
No.
Okay. Naomi, more fries. Come on. Helping her up to her feet.
She gets up, like fry half in her mouth.
Yep. Just
He's kind of stepped himself out of the mainstream by staying here.
okay. Don't know what that means, but I'll take your word for it. If not, I'll just shoot him. Whatever.
And as Naomi tries to get up, how does she look to me?
I don't know, rolling medicine.
Okay. 20.
She is no, oh, okay. She is pale, she is sweating, she is probably in some kind of shock. It's been a while.
It's been a day.
She's actually been under medical care, so she is probably in a lot of pain.
Yeah. It's been a rough 24 hours for her.
It is for sure.
I'm just hoping she's not
Lost her
developing
job, lost her
sepsis.
hand.
Should we get one of the nurses to help Naomi? See if they can do anything to help, like at least change bandages or anything like that.
Good, Naomi. Are you willing to admit you're not fine?
Just fry hanging out of her mouth. Just,
Sure. Let's get her. Let's get her a nurse.
At the very least, get some like ibuprofen or something. I know that's not a lot, but
We'll get her to it. We'll get her to people that are trained in medicine, without letting
Okay.
her leave this place, where she'll at least be a little bit safer.
doesn't have the heart to tell them that mortals don't count.
Wouldn't be the first lie you've told me.
I haven't lied.
Omission of truth is still a freaking lie.
Yeah.
I'm 11 is a lie, okay?
All right, cool. Then yes, I will. I need a nurse.
Verso. Someone's calling for a nurse.
Oh shoot. Okay, mic's on. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna make our way over with their little sheets of paper.
No, I need an. Look at Verso. I need an actual nurse, Verso.
Right this way.
She's like, hey, and how you been? I was like, no, fuck that. I know you're not one. Get the fuck out of here.
We'll just say this is about the time poor Angela, still chewing bread, like scampers out of the closet she ducked into to feed herself for a minute. It was 6 minutes. She took a 6-minute break. It's fine.
She took a break longer than a minute over. She's fired.
Anyways,
I think she's not getting paid.
we will safely deposit Naomi in the care of Angela. And
Hey,
I
she looks rough, so she gets front of the line.
I let Naomi know that I'll come back and check on her in a little bit.
Naomi just still working on the French fry donuts and
Oh,
here,
he
you know.
leaves the tray of fries with her. Is like, keep eating. And I follow Timmy.
Good.
And we meet back up with the group and followed.
Okay. First, do you
will-
want to tag along or do you want to stay with your papers?
I'm going to make sure that no one is in immediate danger of, like, keeling over, and making sure that as many people that I could get to got their papers.
Okay. We'll say you one person maybe walked up, you passed them over the paper, they answered the right answers to the right questions, so nobody's like in immediate danger. So you are more or less free to go.
All right. I'm gonna look at Angela, smile and wave, and wish her good luck.
Thank you so much for your help. I owe you big time.
Of course. God, I need out of character. I need to just have pieces of paper with my name and my phone number on them at this point. Because we're
I'm
gonna give
kinda
her one of
surprised
those
you
again.
don't.
Like,
My
let
card.
me know if you need help.
Like, any kind of help?
Yes.
The card just says, I am Verso.
I got it. So, with a nice little like chicken scratched super cursive phone number.
Awesome. Nice to meet you, Verso.
It was a pleasure
she
to
just-
meet you, Angela.
Turns to start an IV on Naomi.
She's just trying to desperately get out of America.
Our healthcare sucks.
As
And then yeah, we'll go outside.
as we're going to more secluded place, Jason, once out of eyesight of people, will just pull out his gun, check it, make sure bullets, make sure it's back in holster, just in case, because fuck this 24 hours that he's been in.
That rough one. Yeah.
If anything, it's more for him.
Okay.
There's a brick for Verso and a care for Jason. And Phil, thank you so much for 20-month sub streak.
All right. Care for Jason. That'll be another half spirit point. And then brick for Verso. Hey, guess what? You get a disadvantage.
Yay.
Your next one, whatever that might be. Father Dominic waits till you all kind of gather around, sort of checking non-verbally with both Timmy and Bjorn to make sure everyone who has converged is a member of their unofficial party. But then he pulls his keys out of his pocket and leads you toward a door kind of to the rear of the altar. There's like a wall, there's a sanctuary behind it, and then it's just behind that.
Timmy pulls his boat aside, and there's a lady out there with a nurse and got a bit of a hand wound. Is the hand missing? The nub?
It is fully wrapped up, so if there is hand left, it is.
Yeah. She has a wrapped up hand. She's part of the art group as well.
He kind of like looks over Timmy's shoulder to catch sight of her over in the like little nurse's station.
Answers to Naomi.
Naomi. Okay. She looks busy right now, but once she is done, I'll help her catch up.
Thank you.
Who is she?
An unfortunate.
Not one of us.
Yeah, no, not one of us, but she knows.
Do you all know?
Everyone here knows.
Okay.
Yeah, and we need to compare notes with you as well. There's an issue with someone.
Issue with someone.
There's several issues.
Okay. 1 second. He'll unlock that like little tucked away door, flip on some lights. It's a really narrow, steep staircase running down. He leads the way down the stairs. Lock it behind you.
Mm-hmm.
It smells old down here. It's kind of like a basement area with several other cots, much better beds. Clearly a more permanent sort of sleeping arrangement. There are several bathrooms, men's and women's. They look big enough to possibly have a shower in them as well. There's tables, there's chairs, there's a pool table, a whole bookshelf full of books. Seems like the place someone could spend some time, maybe not permanent amounts of time, but more than a night or two if they had to.
Imagine this is where he stashes me away if needed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm familiar.
Nice bolt hole you got.
It's a safe place. Everyone needs a safe place.
Yeah.
Isn't that the truth? This still is safe ground for us.
Yes. This is still part of the church.
Jason's gonna walk the perimeter of the room, just tapping walls, just making sure.
It is all like solid stone.
And the last one was solid LED screens. I'm just gonna make sure.
That's fine. You can make your lap. We may need some more beds, and we'll check upstairs.
Let's compare notes first, then we can work out sleeping arrangements.
I won't need one. The floor's fine, thank you.
No, he's got some more blankets for you.
I'm sorry. I don't believe I've caught your name yet.
I haven't thrown it. Bjorn.
The priest kind of like just smiles.
Did you really just... Did you just Music Man at me?
Jason goes back to ignoring the crazy people and making sure the room is secure.
I sort of give like a...
Uh-huh.
Dude!
It's what he does. He's good at it.
Aside from the like lights and an alarm clock, like an old-fashioned plug in the time you want alarm clock, there are really no electronics, no computers, no tablets, nothing down here. There's like a single landline telephone.
Check my phone for service.
You have service, but it's like a bar.
Okay, cool. Take it away, main characters.
So guys, Maximo Trust. Apparently he's one of
Maximo
us.
Trust.
He
The
tried
guy
to...
on the...
Mm-hmm.
The one on the news.
Mm-hmm. We found out
You know, it does answer a few questions.
he's doing some very naughty things.
Naughty like us?
He's
Naughty,
the one who,
naughty
he's the one who broke the secrecy rule and attacked
Those are
me in
suggestions.
front of mortals.
Hmm. This must be a
And-
shock for you. Then
And you survived, Jason? Like, I don't say his name, but I like address that to Jason. And you survived?
I put him down 3 times.
Bullet between the eyes is rather impressive.
good job.
Nice shooting.
But while we were at the
Okay.
hospital, discovered he's trying to do a few shady things.
I think
What
we're
was-
past euphemisms.
I was gonna let him explain it.
Oh, excuse me then. I apologize for my interruption.
He actually experienced it. I found out secondhand.
The doctor that is under the employ of Maximo Trust is developing some kind of serum that grants immortality, allegedly. And he tried to get the doctor to have the girl that was one of the exposed normal people give it to herself in the hopes that she will gain immortality. She's currently upstairs being treated and tended to by a nurse because fuck that guy. And so yeah, Maximo Trust is funding scientific research into how to create more of you?
This seems very new to you. I'm sorry for...
I found out 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
May I say
Military?
you're doing quite well.
government.
I already alerted authorities that I think I'm suffering a psychotic break, but I'm just going to keep doing my job because one thing the military has taught me is focus on the job, don't worry about other bullshit. So I'm just going to keep doing my job.
I knew I recognized you.
Okay.
You know each other as well?
One of my last tours over in the Middle East. Verso was there with the Italian army.
You were with Canada, if I remember correctly.
We actually had to backline that to America.
Now I remember.
Dominic immediately starts talking in Italian, looking at Verso. Oops. I know the other two. I've never met you before.
God damn it. All right, Italian.
I'm not doing an accent. You don't have to.
All right, well, I am Verso. It is nice to meet you. What is going on?
Well, we're hoping to find that out. I am Father Dominic now. I haven't always been, but you know how those things are.
course. I think I am the 7th, 8th. I'm either Verso the 7th or Verso the 8th. I'll have to check.
You always use the same name.
Yeah, keep things easier.
That is dangerous. You must not be too worried.
I find ways around.
And then back to English. So, maximum trust is causing problems?
Yeah.
What else has he done?
I mean, that's as far as I know. I know of the research, and I know he attacked me. It was at the video game expo. That was a night last night. Gosh, that was the last night. Yeah, last night.
I don't keep track of those things.
I got a call and was invited, thinking, as an investment opportunity, and tried to take my head for it.
Bjorn, were you at the expo?
This is news to me.
So what did you want to talk about?
I was in Portland 3 days ago, where I've lived happily for several decades. A woman I love had people waiting for her, maybe us, but at least her, in her house. I managed to kill one of them, and the other one escaped. After doing so, I received a text from a number that I can't figure out who it is, that gave me GPS coordinates in Central Park and a time about 4 days from now. And the warning that if I didn't show up, other people I love are going to be next. When I got here, went to Central Park, managed to somehow walk in on Verso and some other individual who I don't know in the middle of a duel. Verso, may I say, has fantastic footwork. Based on the fact that Verso is still standing, you can tell who won. After that, the bomb went off. I think it was a bomb. I then met a young woman named Amy after having spoken with the constabulary. Amy believes she delivered the bomb in question. After looking at her notes and everything for her delivery app, I managed to take a picture. It's not particularly good, but some of the notes for the delivery. So how was it phrased? To friends old and new, wherever you may land, ... and it listed about 10 names. Yours, mine, Verso's, Timothy, several others. And then something along the lines of, be seeing you soon. Verso, did I get that right?
I
That's
believe
close,
so,
yeah.
yes.
Verso.
They used your real name, by the way.
His head kind of like leans back, eyes narrowing.
And see, they used
They didn't
alias
use
for me.
they used an alias for me too. Now you see why I thought it important to tell you as quickly as possible.
Verso. Did you receive an invitation to the park?
I was here for a LARP. I had no prior invitation. I came of my own free will.
About a week ago, a woman stopped by to invite me and some of the sisters here to a demonstration for fun of old monastery winemaking. in the park, part of that, what did you call it?
A LARPing session.
LARPing session. Part of LARPing. We didn't go. We had another engagement today. At the museum. As you saw. But we were invited.
Thank goodness you decided not to go, because you are still safe. For now, at least.
For now.
Are any of the sisters like us?
No. No. They know nothing of this.
The collateral damage that whoever this is willing to commit is beyond the pale.
Sobering.
There were children there. Families.
As you can
Such
see.
indiscriminate violence is not our way.
You guys literally travel all through time chopping off each other's head. I dare say violence is a little bit your way.
I said indiscriminate violence, sir.
Has a point. Not all of us continue that life, but
I'm just saying, I'm sorry. If I see two people fighting in Central Park and one chops off the other head, my reaction isn't slow clap, walk up, congratulating them. That's a little off. To me, a normal person, just saying.
who did that?
Wait,
Gestures at Bjorn.
I did.
Everett's eye contact.
Interesting.
That's just a little off. I'm just saying.
You'll forgive me. I didn't really expect there to be others nearby. However, I would much rather make myself known to whoever had just won a duel, rather than them feel another immortal and think that it was an ambush. Better to be out in the open, where we can at least kill each other like civilized beings.
I don't know your lives, whatever.
Live.
Is there anyone you can think of who would hate you so much that the collateral damage didn't matter?
Yes. Possibly. No. Yes, actually.
Tell me who.
Have you ever met a man named John Bonnie?
John Bonnie. What does he look like?
Description. John Bonnie, this was back during my pirating days. His wife, Anne Bonnie, and I kind of stole away and began a life of piracy, and he never really forgave me. Last time I saw him, he came into a saloon/brothel I was running in Washington State. He tried to kill me, burned it down, and spent the next 6 years trying to chase me through Canada. Between that and I don't know. It depends if... I ask this of you, not really expecting an answer. Does the Vatican actively know what we are? Because I'm running on the assumption they do. And if they have people who are willing to be that much of a prick, yes, the Vatican has reason to want me dead as well.
I'm sorry, are you saying the church blew up a LARP?
I'm saying that somebody who works for it might have. Then again, that's why I'm asking a representative of the church what knowledge they have.
I am just a parish priest. I do not know the inner circle of the Vatican. I apologize.
In Arabic. Hassan, we both know you're not just a parish priest. Nobody who's like us is ever just an anything. I'm not expecting you to know the difference, but I'm very sure that the Medici got very, very rich because of who I happened to be sleeping with at the time.
Hey, just real quick. Not all of us are
Sorry.
fucking hundreds of years old. Can we stick to a common language?
Other
Please.
than English, okay,
Please.
in English. Is there a
Please.
common language other than English?
English is fine.
Thank you.
Fine.
If we're sharing information,
The Vatican, yes, maybe. It was a couple of hundred years ago, the Medici were involved, and I may or may not have helped determine who became a pope.
I have been part of a secret society or two. It does not make sense to make this much noise. I don't
didn't think so.
Church.
Yes, if they were going to kill me, they'd probably kill me.
Yes, if they were going
Something I've respected, to be perfectly honest.
Which is hilarious because their property they can't kill us on necessarily.
can I
They can't kill us directly.
Jen, can I insight that?
Insight what?
There was just a little bit of creepy. It's like, yes, if they were going to kill you.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
It's like, okay, wait 1 second. Damn it, now I have to protect the crazy person. 16.
I don't remember exactly what I said, but you get the impression that it's less specifically about Bjorn as it is possibly tapping into like habits and information and knowledge he might have had from a previous life.
Okay. I was just like, wait.
It's much more of a I wouldn't do it that way
Okay.
kind of thing.
Just Jason's on high alert
Sure.
and very stressed out.
The church is at least willing to have our fight behind closed doors. At least they have so far. That's kind of how we met, if you recall.
And either of you, any outstanding enemies besides Maximo? Of course.
None that I know of.
Timmy.
He's dead now.
No, I being legit. None that I know of.
In all of, like, turning to look at Jason, and all of my time that I've known him, he has done his best to keep his head down. I believe it.
In all of my time that I've known him, he's stolen from at least 30 people.
There is a difference between
You said enemies.
tempting immortals.
Oh, okay.
So
All right, we have different classifications now. Sorry, my bad. You're right.
Enemies that are willing to blow stuff up to get your attention.
Like the church.
Well, they definitely got our attention.
My question is, who are the other names on the list? Other immortals? Are they victims? Are they people people who have knowledge of this and are involved? Is this one person trying to take out 10 of us at one time?
Can I see the list? Do you have that?
I pull up what I had on my phone and ask Verso to help me.
It is,
Parts that are a little bit too blurry.
yeah, it is super, super blurry, so it's kind of hard to make out, but it's enough to jog your memory of the list, which you looked at with your eyeballs. And that
Right.
list is Bjorn, Cecily, Hussam, Orin, Roland, Timothy, and Verso.
Goes and gets a scratch piece of paper and writes it down.
I'm still trying to figure out why they would use your.
Maybe they-
Perhaps this is.
Jason goes to say maybe they're old at the same time that the father does. It just goes to check the
Yes.
hallway.
It's more my question of, are these the last names they knew us under? If so, we can identify when the last time we changed name was to try to give an idea of what time frame this person knew at least us from. Help us narrow down the potential list.
What other information do you have?
I show him the text message that I got from that number.
So I've only been Timothy for 4 years.
4 years. Okay. I haven't been Husam in 27.
I've been Bjorn for the last 80.
And Verso's been Verso.
I usually try to keep a habit of changing up regularly.
No.
I'm 34, if that matters. Calling
It
out
does?
from the hallway.
Is there something you were looking for?
I am just making sure that A, we're alone. B, there's not some kind of kill squad or package or something.
We did get jumped from a secret door.
Secret door.
Yeah, at Maximo's.
Apparently there are rules, but there's no consequences to breaking the rules. So I'm just making sure that rules are being adhered to.
Rules have exactly as much force as the people who are willing to enforce them. It is a swing of a headsman's axe that brings a law into existence.
So what,
It
you
is
all
first
are gonna break
enforced.
rules to go jump Maximo?
To be perfectly honest, the man's already broken at least 2, so
What happens in that case if you guys break the rules to go after that guy?
depends on if there's anybody willing to try to avenge him.
Hey, Jen.
So no, there's not.
Out of character. Would any of us know about the bad quickenings?
Those of you who are older, so definitely Verso and definitely Bjorn, you for sure would have heard the stories about people who were just completely different afterward. Timmy, you have at least taken a head or two. So you know there's always just for a little while at least something else in there. So
Yeah.
you could probably maybe make some assumptions based on that.
Like quickenings on holy ground and all. They're
Okay. Out of question, like just generally, I could have sworn there's a reference somewhere that the last time there was a quickening on holy ground, Pompeii happened. Am I
don't
remembering that wrong?
necessarily know about that. Like in terms of like breaking the rules, like bad stuff happening, there are all kinds of wild rumors. Like you hear all sorts of stuff depending on who you ask, just depending on how strongly they were warned against it. You maybe have heard, especially the older ones, at least that being on Holy Grand possibly negates any quickening that might happen. So in some sense, it's maybe not worth it to do it. But you also know that's only an immortal rule. Like mortals can kill immortals on Holy Ground if they want.
And we can kill mortals on holy ground if we want to.
Mhm.
For the record, I just checked the wiki. Yes, it is actually that the last time this happened, and there was a murder on holy ground, Vesuvius went off. So there is an additional effect other than immortals are not happy.
it is a bad.
That doesn't necessarily exist in this system. I can tell you for a fact that is not how that would happen in this system.
Okay.
But it can absolutely, without a doubt, be the legend in this world.
That's cool. I haven't tried to put it to tests, so headcanon.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you've heard, happens, then why would you really test it?
Well, apparently Maximo's willing to test it, but yeah, so anyway, so yeah, we I don't know what to do with this guy. Maximo, what if he's gone into hiding, or if he's just kind of reclused himself into whatever the state he has. I don't know. The kind of low radar sense.
You have had a very long day. There is a lot to process, a lot to think about. Take a deep breath. You may not believe it quite yet, but you are safe here. Looking right at Jason. Take the evening. Okay?
What of your friend upstairs? Do you think she would have some additional knowledge about perhaps the connection between these two plots, if there is one?
Her head's not on right now because she's severely hurt from the events of last night. Maybe, hopefully, she'll be able to be more helpful after proper medical treatment.
Fair enough.
But I
Do
wouldn't
you
count
have
on
any?
it.
Do you have anything else? You can go on.
Can I borrow a cell phone?
Jason will hand Timmy his cell phone.
I appreciate it, but I need one that they're not looking for.
That's fine. Takes-
I don't
So-
have a cell phone, but there is a landline.
That works.
Just points over at the phone on a little side table. There's even a phone book.
White or yellow?
Both.
A true relic of the past.
Gonna go over and
I remember phone books.
I want to call my normal contact for getting new identities and moving things around.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I don't think we ever gave a name to a contact. So
That's literally how your contact answers the phone.
hey, it's me.
Which means
It's
you whale, tiger, or kangaroo.
kangaroo.
Oh, what up?
Hey, just letting you know, need some new IDs again.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
How many?
3 this time, I think.
Damn. You biz.
Male 34, female, I don't know what her age is. For Naomi.
27.
Okay. Female 27, and the normal for mine.
All right. That'll be 3 times the fee. I don't do discounts.
Yeah, I know.
Sweet. Cool. Pleasure to work with you. Send me the money and the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
You need the works? Like the works?
Works.
Word.
And then I begin accessing the other account.
Accessing the other account? What do you mean?
Because I would have an account that is above table for paying bills and things like that.
Yeah.
I would also have an account that is under completely different names, numbers, etc., etc.
His criminal account.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I send money.
Yeah, cool. Your friend who has no name
Mm-hmm.
and does not know your name.
Mm-mm.
We'll take care of that for you. 48 hours. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about or plan or collaborate on?
Jason is taking one of the mattresses off one of the nicer beds and is turning over the furniture and making a nice little cover nest thing for Timothy.
Like a barrier fort situation?
Yep.
Okay.
I literally slept in a barrel on a boat all the way over here in the 1700s.
That's great. Did you have me in the 1700s?
This is true. I did not.
Then fuck you, get in the fort.
Okay.
Are the mattresses out, or are they in a spot where we have to pull them out and set them up?
No, they're like on they're somewhere between a bed and a cot. Like it's not like a full quality bed, but they're kind of laid out along one wall. There was a total of 4 of them. Now there are 3 available.
All right. If everyone's winding down, I'm gonna go sit on the edge of one and just put my head in my hands and just process.
Okay. Eventually, Naomi will be led down there. It's probably, an hour or 2. But unless told to do otherwise, she's just going to curl up and go to sleep.
Is she looking better?
She is looking better.
Jason will tell her to come over to their corner, or his corner of the room, where he has one ward and his other new ward. And Jason just kind of sits there against the wall, just has gun in hand, and is just facing the door.
Okay. Naomi will come over kind of, well, maybe a little doped up. Maybe the nurse managed to get her hands on something better than Tylenol. But she crawls into wherever she's led.
Yeah.
Mutters a little sleepy thank you.
You're welcome. And pulls a beer out of the bag and finally.
That's a good place to wrap up then. Everybody. Yay!
Yay!
Unless Bjorn.
Yeah, unless Bjorn.
Sorry, I was gonna ask if there was a small side chapel I could go pray in or whatever, but
Downstairs in this little safe house area, no. There's Bibles and a couple of candles on a side table, but there's not a proper chapel or anything like that.
I was just gonna ask the Padre if he had one that I could borrow for an hour, but
You are free to go back up to the main floor if you want. He's not gonna lock you in. But if someone locks the door behind you, you'll have to get it opened back up.
Heck yeah. Good game, guys. We finally got the party together.
Yay!
Oh, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think it was gonna happen.
If you get to go back and read chat, me and Mike were on task with nope, we're doing it. We're gonna find a way to make it happen.
I appreciate that. I was like, all right, that's fine.
I'm sorry, Jason wouldn't go I left it to the dice to determine if we'd ride with Bjorn or not. And it was like, nope. And then Chef did the same thing, and they were also, nope. And it's ugh.
I know.
But we got there.
We'll talk about it later.
we did.
But we got there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay. Props. I'm glad to the left. What a bummer.
Well, to be fair, his kids, the kids have been trying to murder each other all night, apparently.
Yeah.
Where's my marker? Where did we go?
I'm running on the solo side.
Okay.
Who did good things
Oh,
deserves extra perks.
Props. I gotta give it to Matt, just for. I mean, I know it sounded like Jason was dragging his feet to try to stay balanced, so to speak, but comparatively, he's been able to go leaps and bounds of the. Okay, whether or not I think you're insane, these are the rules you are playing by. So these are the ones I'm going to pretend I'm playing by.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
just that balance between this is insane and well, I still have a job. Like
Yeah.
watching the character thread that needle was very entertaining for me. So full
you.
props there.
Absolutely. Jason.
I don't know. Like,
You can pass if you don't want to give it to anybody.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to give it to anybody. It's just more like, like this was an expose episode, and Jason kind of took a back seat, so I didn't have like many interactions. You know what? No, I will give it to. I'm gonna give it to Verso, and not for phone number, blah, but like stepping in. Verso is, from what I can tell. I may be wrong because I don't know Verso's backstory. It's like, but from what I can tell of Verso is a good person. Like Jason is a good person. It's like, I'm gonna help the ways that I can, and the getting in there and just like, do you know basic first aid stuff? Please help. We're not a hospital. We're a church. Please help. And Verso immediately went to helping. And I think that was really cool. It's good guy characters don't get enough love, and I am happy that Verso continues to do so. So Verso, for team good.
Your turn, Verso.
All right. This game is so great so far.
It is.
Shoot.
I love this game.
I freaking love 300-year-old, 11-year-old Glendizzle. Friggin' gets the mattress for it set up, and he's like, I traveled here on a boat as a stowaway back in the 700s, right? Get in the bed. Okay. All right.
Yeah, sure.
And just pickpocketing on the street, too, is entertaining. Little rascal.
I mean, we needed walking money.
You did.
You didn't. Good.
We need to
Good
keep-
as old
you to keep from
flash.
walking.
Timmy, go. Your turn.
Jason, because he keeps care of Naomi. He has made sure she is taken care of, even though she was a part of the ones who were trying to kill us. She has drug him. He has drug her through this whole thing since the hospital. And it's just like, yep, here you go. Food, eat, be taken care of. You are now one of us.
Or one for the good guys, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she can probably afford to pay him too.
Maybe not anymore.
Depends on how much gets messed up.
Thank you, everybody. It was a really good game tonight.
It was such a good session, and of course,
That was
also
really fun.
Good roleplay.
JenofThieves
Did amazing.
killing it, crushing
Yes,
it
did.
like she does every Sunday. You finally wrangled these cats.
Oh.
And
That was
nobody died.
honestly like 100% credit for that goes to you guys. Just for a fucking second, I was like, all right, it's fine. I can run parallel.
Positive metagaming is an important thing that is important in games.
Honestly,
Super,
I
super
think the moment I saw like the light go on in Jen's face was that bar's 3 or 4 blocks away from the church. Wait a minute, I can do it.
Well, in
Yeah,
chat,
like the second-
I was like, and Mama, whatever the fucks, is going to be right across the street from a dive bar.
And I was gonna do that if at any point they went to.
Yeah. And when they we're going to the church, I was like, okay, cool. I've already been asking rules in character, so find out that it's like, I had literally, like, before it jumped back to me and Mike, I was like in chat with Mike. I was like, Need you to go with me on this.
All of my love.
I followed what he was putting down.
Please take your power back, DMW.
Power restored, guys. This was another fun-filled episode of JenofThieves Highlander campaign, Call to Arms. I have had an absolute blast with this game. Playing good guy, non-flirtatious, serious boy has been a fun stretch in my role-playing capabilities. So that's always nice. I usually play very chaotic and very D&D bard trope, but this has been a treat. I love my fellow players. I love my DM or director, as this is supposed to be cinematic movie themed. If you're not part of our Discord community, we need you over there because there are new votes starting very, 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 very soon. How soon? Tonight or tomorrow soon. You can come, you can talk to us, you can give us praise, you can give us hate. Just don't be a jerk is generally the main rule of the channel. We'd love to have you over there. We'd love to see your votes. We'd love to see what you'd like to see from us in future games and current games and everything. YouTube, if you're not following us over on YouTube and this is your first time checking out the Highlander game and you're like, what the hell is going on? Did they do a LARP in a tabletop game? We did. We did. We did. You can see that on episode 2 of this. Everything is over on YouTube. A nice, handy-dandy little playlist where you can go through and watch everything. So please, check us over there. Give us a like, subscribe, and of course, Patreon! If you would like to give us more money to fund all the things we do, such as merch, such as more games, editing of videos, etc., 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 and you don't want to give half of your money to Twitch, consider hitting us up over on Patreon. Patreon gets you all kinds of cool things, access to a private channel, credits in the YouTube videos, weighted voting, slots in games, merchandise, our eternal love and praise, etc., etc., etc. Roles in the Discord. Chat redeems. There were a few of those used tonight, and for good, not for evil purposes. It's been a while since we've had that happen. But yes, so spiel, etc., etc., etc. We will be back on Friday with Rise of the Phoenix Chapter 2 Prophecies, our Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary continuation campaign. And if that is so your fancy, we'll be back on Sunday with more Highlander goodness. And over on the Discord, you'll be able to find out soon what the first of many one-shots will be on Saturday. So yes, I hope everybody has a fantastic work week. We will talk to you over on the Discord or in the YouTube comments. I am DM Daddy RPG. We were hosted and ran by JenofThieves. Verso Armani, portrayed by Artie Do 2, who has given me my first idea for merch for this season with I am Verso.
I am Verso.
Bjorn Barrow, portrayed by Chef Core Hall, aka Chef, and Timothy Edgewood, portrayed by Glenn Dizzle. And I was Jason Wild. Daddy loves you. Have a great rest of your night.